Okay, so we are at an angle here where my car is parked right now. Beautiful views though, as you can see. Let's showcase what's in the box that we get first, right? So we have this sort of 3 suction cup mount part. That's one item. We have another part, which is 2 suction cup mounts. We've got a clamp. We have a arm, selfie stick arm. We have a ram arm and a ball connector. So these are the items. We also get a hex key and a set of instructions. So I'm gonna take a second to review those, and then we're gonna go ahead and set these up. Okay, so the first thing we wanna do is we need to clean the surface area of where we wanna install this. Since I'm gonna be installing in this area right here, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe that area clean. And I want it to be a little bit towards the front. Okay, I'm gonna put these items aside. Okay, this is the area we're gonna work with. I'm gonna wipe that clean with a wipe first to get rid of any debris or dust that might interfere with the suction capability of the suction cup mount. So I've used a wet wipe for this first. The second thing I'll do is when I determine exactly the area I'm gonna add the suction cup mount to, I'm gonna use an alcohol wipe to make it extra clean to really pick up any spots and debris that can interfere with the suction process. First, we're going to install the 3 suction cup mount right here. I'm gonna take that out of the package. I'm gonna be careful not to let that touch the hood until I wipe the hood clean with this alcohol swab in the area where I plan to mount it. So in my opinion, I can probably mount that somewhere in this region and point it somewhat this way because that will capture this angle of the car, which is what I want. So I'm gonna use high alcohol content lens wipe to clean that area one more time. Okay, that should do it. The other side I'm gonna use to kind of wipe the surface of the mount clean. And now, so each one of these has a suction mechanism right here. So you attach it and then you rotate it into place like this. So we're gonna have it, they're all gonna be in the open position by default, and we are going to place it in our designated area, desired area rather. It should be like right here. Push down and start turning these on. So there's an off and on position. So you can see right here, on and off. So one of these is in on position, and now we're going to do the same to the remaining ones. So this one, I'm gonna turn that into neon position now, and same with this one. So now they're all in the on position and it feels pretty solid. So we have a mechanism back here that allows you to loosen the grip on the ball joint. So we're gonna loosen that a little bit, which is gonna allow this to move freely. And we'll just kind of leave that there for now because we know we wanna point it this way, but first we're gonna install the secondary mount to determine the placement of the angle of this. So let's go ahead and go through that process now. Before installing the secondary mount, because I want to kind of figure out the placement, I'm going to take out the selfie stick from this box right here. So this is the extendable selfie stick. This is what, at the top of this is what your camera will attach to. So this will give me an idea as I attach this here as to the angling and the placement of the second mount. So I'm attaching the selfie stick now, and it's kind of giving me an idea, okay, if I want to have this angle, this looks like pretty decent placement, so secondary mount can be about here, and there'll be an arm connecting, and that arm is this one right here. This will be the arm that will connect that for support. This is how the selfie stick extends. As you can see, it extends out pretty far. And all this base area is anywhere where you can install this mount because this does not extend. So if you want to have a forward angle, if you want a high angle, you can choose where you want to install this arm and the secondary mount. So let's go ahead and install the secondary mount now. I'm going to tear into this one. Doing the same process, wiping that area with a lens wipe and using the other side of the lens wipe to wipe the bottom of the mount area. Okay, so after I've installed the selfie stick, I need to figure out the correct area where I want my secondary mount to go, which is gonna help position this properly. So in order to do that, I'm gonna kind of figure out the location. I've cleaned the area properly. I'm gonna kind of like soft figure out the location by loosening this, installing the ram arm on the secondary mount ball, and then we have this clamp that we are going to install at the top, which is where the selfie stick is going to sit inside of. As you take that out, be careful, there's a gasket inside that goes in this hole. If you can see that, there's like a hole down here that it goes inside of, and it tends to fall out sometimes. So you just push it back in to place. All right, and then I'm going to add the ball by loosening this. put a clamp in here and then we'll tighten it slightly, not too tight, so that we can maneuver it. Okay, now that we've done that, we're gonna find the ideal positioning. That seems to be too high. This seems like the right angle for me, especially as it settles into place. So I'm going to get the clamp on and then determine the final positioning. And this seems like the right spot, the use case I'm trying to accomplish. My only concern with this spot is that it doesn't seem as flat. So I'm going to move it a little bit that way to go to a flatter spot, which is fine. So we have found a flat spot now. And now I'm going to push down on these mounts, just like the first one, push down and lock them into place. And then the second one, the same way, push down, lock into place, and they should not move. You can then bring this to an angle that you want. I want it on this angle, and I'm going to tighten this, tighten the ram arm as tight as possible so that it does not move. When you have it tight, it should not move out of place. And once you've done that, the final thing to do is to tighten the clamp down right here. And once again, I'm going to apply sufficient pressure pretty much until you can't tighten it anymore. And then you don't want to forget to tighten the ball clamp right here on the base as well. Once you do that, everything should be pretty tight, steady, and in place. Should not be moving. And just like that, you have the mount installed. Okay, so now at this point, if you want to extend the mount and install your 360 camera, that will simply just screw in right here. For a GoPro camera, you will need an adapter that I did not see in the box that they have to send that allows you to attach the GoPro style attachments, which are these attachments right here. So I'll be looking into that and adding that detail here in a second about how you can do that. But that is something that you need for GoPro. For Insta360, you can simply attach it now. To extend the mount, you rotate this to the left and you can extend it out pretty far and then lock it by rotating it to the right again. So you can see it went up pretty far. As I rotate to the left, I'm able to extend or descend or retract, and to extract, then to lock into place, rotate to the right or clockwise, rotate counterclockwise to unlock, and to extend out to the desired length. And there you have it. So that is how you set up the mount itself. As far as installing 360 or the GoPro, I'm gonna add that detail here in a second.